This is a daily reminder to play No Straight Roads before the sequel comes out, because it's a banger game. Why is my hair like that? Anyway, welcome. I am here. I am ready to play a game that, I've kind of been looking forward to. I've been playing shitty Sonic games for the last couple months, and so now I'm finally able to play Sonic Unleashed, which isn't, I've heard it's not the best Sonic game, but it's at least better than the ones I've already played. And to top it all off, it's an actual Sonic game, not like Secret Rings where it's like an auto runner. I get to use an actual controller this time, which is gonna be insane, and I'm very happy about that. I'm hype. As long as it, actually works. This is my old, this is an old thing. So I don't know if it's going, I would love it if it just worked flawlessly every time. But, yeah. I can't wait to just play Sonic Unleashed. I think it's gonna go hard. Hold on. Let me flip over to the Wii U menu, because I'm playing this on the Wii. So this seems like a great idea, guys. What do you think? There it is. It's Sonic Unleashed. It's very loud in my ears. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. It's Unleashed time. I sliced myself today on some glass. It was very bad. But it's finally time for a good Sonic game. Your current controller settings are for Wii Remote and Nunchuck? No?
Sega.
No, it ain't. I'm not using a Nunchuck? Oh no, you died? Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I died. Let's watch, the banger CGI cutscene. This is like the CGI cutscene as well. It's the fucking squeaky gamer chair cutscene. While this is happening though, while Peak Sonic happens, I get to show off the cool things I bought. Look at that! Look at that cool little diorama thing. I got this yesterday. That's what I ended up getting from the random boxes that I got from before we watched the movie. And then I got this Kirby one. The little fucking beam attack. Little egg. It's nice. And today I got this cool fucking thing. Look at Sonic falling. I got the fucking ocarina from Ocarina of Time. It actually kind of works. It works. I'm just really bad at it. I've never played an ocarina, but I have it. It's like fully like ceramic as well. Pretty epic. Look at bro. You're so musical. No, I'm not. I am terrible at music. Look at this dude. He's got the squash and stretch and bullshit. You see this man? Oh shit. He's got the fucking supersonic. He's leaving. Yellow, yeah. Piss boy. This is peak Sonic. This is peak Sonic the Hedgehog. This is what's gonna happen in Sonic 4. Eggman also doesn't know how to fucking drive. There he is.
Sonic! I'm sorry. Really, look, go easy on me. I'll turn over a new leaf, I swear. Just give me a chance.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
Gotcha.
Ooh, no way. Sonic could have gotten out of there, like, really quickly. What was that shit? He unsupered him. That looks like something. It does.
Oh, I've waited a long time for this.
Phone, shut the fuck up. Please. Oh. Oh my god. He pissed on the earth. It happened. Holy shit. He finally blew up the earth. It only took him like 10 years. Oh yeah, there's like an ancient demon inside the earth or whatever the fuck. How old is that man? Who knows? Look at this dude. What is going on? Oh my god, it's happening. He's becoming the werehog. What the fuck even is happening? There it is, the werehog. And the ancient evil has been released. The Chaos Emeralds are out of energy or whatever the fuck.
Success! A brilliant success! It's just as the Gaia manuscripts foretold! The entity that was sealed within the planet has awakened!
He
Now
sucked
just
them
need to
dry.
harness its
Yeah.
power. Eggman Land will finally come to be!
You've really gone and done it this time, Eggman.
Ah, Sonic, that's a good look for you. Festive. So long, friend.
Festive? Is this taking place during Halloween? Oh. He just killed him. Sonic plummets to the earth. Holy fuck. And so do the emeralds. Kind of crazy that Eggman just unleashed an ancient evil. Oh, never mind. The ancient evil is no more. Oh, it's like a evil pink shroud. It went home. Don't know about that one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh my god. It's time. Sonic Unleashed. Hell yeah. Alright. I need to check my control scheme. I need my controls. I'm playing with the classic controller. That's me. That's what I'm doing. Please connect a classic controller. I have. That's what I'm using. Imagine if the classic controller could rumble. I'm actually using the classic controller Pro. I have a gold one of these. I don't know how I got one. I just found it, and it's really cool, I think. But it's time to actually start playing Unleashed. I'm so hyped. Time to play a decent Sonic game. Hell yeah. Let me choose a me icon. I have to... Oh, never mind. I have to choose the Sonic. There he is. 2 lives. Why do I start with 2 lives? Alright, let's gaming. It's time to start gaming. I don't really know anything about this game, other than the intro cutscene. Oh. Oh, he's dead. He just died. Okay. Sure. Do I start as the werehog? Good question. Yo, this guy also gets to be, this guy gets to be in Sonic Crossworlds, right? Oh shit, he's dead.
Hey, are you okay?
Fucking jingles him like keys.
Can't eat another bite.
Hey, pull yourself together.
Jingling him like keys.
Huh?
Hey, what's up? I know I look like a fucking monster, but like...
Don't eat me. I taste bad.
You okay? Nothing broken?
Where did you fucking come from? You will love this guy, I promise I would never lie to you maliciously.
Oh, I'm just fine.
I'm just fine.
Thanks for asking, Mr. Monster Guy.
Mr. Monster Guy?
Yeah, that's me.
Looks like things have gotten pretty ugly.
And by things, I mean
Yeah,
me.
look at those teeth and those claws. What's your name, anyway?
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And you are?
This is exactly the same fucking, like, sort of voice direction
What
that they
is my
gave
name?
Sonic in Frontiers. They were like, you need to go
I don't
deeper.
know. I can't remember.
What? You forgot who you are?
Yup,
What the fuck?
I remember something falling from the sky.
That's me.
And everything just going all white. And then nothing. I can't remember a thing past that.
Uh-oh. Did I fall on him?
Why are you asking
Oh
me?
man, what am I gonna do? What can I do? Where do I go from here? What'll I... I'm hungry.
Hey, don't worry. I'll help you get your memory back.
Really?
Oh my
You
god.
won't?
Yay!
I'm sure
Yippee.
we'll find somebody who knows you if we look around.
Oh, thank you.
We're besties
You're the
now.
best, Mr. Monster Guy. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god. Used my full name. My full legal name. Sonic T Hedgehog. Am I gonna pick up, like, the Chaos Emeralds or whatever the fuck?
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Huh? What?
That was amazing.
Sure. That just happened. Now I'm real Sonic. Oh, what the fuck? Sure, I get to voice this guy now. You're blue and spiky, you're all different, Sonic. Sometimes you're scary, and sometimes you're spiky. How cool is that? Alright then, let's go. This is gonna be fun. Adventure, here we come! Let's try to remember actions as we search the town. Ah, yes. Loading. Oh shit! The banger! Use jumps to reach the goal ring.
Here we...
I need to learn how to jump.
You can press the B button to jump.
Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to jump. What? Hello? There we go. I was like, I am jumping. I swear I am.
Piece of cake.
I did it. I cleared a mission. I collected 1 moon medal. Hey, I'm gaming. Look at me game. Holy shit. And now I gotta load again. This is just like 06. With the amount of times I'm gonna have to load something. Holy shit. Use Sonic drifts to breeze through the turns. Oh.
If you press the Y button while cornering, you can drift.
Oh shit, I'm drifting! Sonic knows how to drift now. Does the drift ever come back in any other game? Or is this an Unleashed only thing? This feels... I don't think I've ever drifted in my life. Apart from, like, Sonic Racing. That's kind of sick, though. Use homing attacks. Oh my god, I get to use homing attacks? Is it just the B button in the air?
If you're jumping and see a lock-on cursor on an enemy, you can do a homing attack.
Are you gonna
Press
tell
the
me?
B button to
Yeah, it
tackle
is.
an enemy.
It is the B button. Awesome.
If you
Check
chain
it.
together homing attacks, you can make it across places where there's no path. It
Really?
takes some doing, but wow, what a show! I like to call it an action chain.
So real.
Probably need to do action chains in the future, so don't forget about them, okay?
I'll try not to. I'll try not to forget about the action chains. I don't mind this at all, you know, I don't actually mind doing, like, the tutorials, because obviously every game is different, and there's different control schemes, and I'm actually using a controller for the first time. I'm not used to actually playing a game, a Sonic game anymore. It's nice to be able to play these. Use Sonic Boost. Alright.
Oh, there are rings up ahead.
There are
Try and
rings.
get them, Sonic.
Alright. I did it.
Did you see how grabbing rings filled up the boost gauge at the lower
Oh
left
yeah,
of
this
the
is like
screen?
the boost game. This is the start of the boost
Oh,
formula.
Press the X button to do a Sonic boost.
I see.
During a Sonic boost, you'll send enemies and obstacles flying as you zip right through them.
I remember. Ho 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 ho. Finally, we've unlocked boosting in this game, in the games. How many moon medals are? Didn't they say there were 72 moon medals? I've got 3. I'm gonna finish this game in no time. Sonic games just get shorter and shorter the more like the more modern they are. You slide. How do I slide?
Press the Y button to slide, Sonic.
I see.
You can slip through some pretty narrow spots.
I can slide. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like sliding and drifting are the same fucking button. That checks out actually. I keep getting moon medals. I feel like I should be getting day medals instead because I'm in the day, right? The night is the werehog stuff. Or is it the other way around? Like I get night medals from doing stuff in the day. Use quick steps to dodge the attack. Huh? Quick step.
Press the L button or the R button to do a quick step. With
Ah.
a quick step,
So this
you
is
should
actually
be able
just
to
like
dodge even the speediest
the
enemy
the
attacks.
Sonic formula. Like, I feel like I'll be able to play every game now. What do you mean I just leveled up? What do you? I leveled up twice? Yeah, this is the start of the Sonic formula, the modern Sonic formula. So that checks out actually. I should know how to play this game. Like, I feel like I'll continue playing. It's asking me if I want to continue playing. I've been playing for like 10 minutes. Oh shit, okay. No, we're actually gaming now. It's time to game.
The more rings you get, the faster you'll go, Sonic.
Oh, really? Oh. I don't know how to drift yet. Oh, come on, really? Oh, I'm kind of gaming, actually. Alright, I am learning. Boost me, bitch. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, I'm alive. I'm fine, actually. Check me the fuck out. I'm actually kind of gaming. I fuck with this. Woohoo!
Chain is another great way to fill the boost gauge in a hurry. So
I
get
fuck
out
with
there,
this.
Get chaining and get boosted.
Get chaining. I don't know where I'm going. I got an item. I pressed the button. Thank you very much. Oh, fuck off. I'm gonna get an A rank. It's fine, actually. Who cares? Oh, wait, it's right there. I'll take an A rank. Alright, I actually fuck with this game. I can play the game.
Yeah, I'm good.
I fuck with this. I got 2 moon medals. Okay. Game when it's fun. Finally! A fun Sonic game! I obtained Secret Movie 1 and Secret Document 3. What does that mean? Why are there secrets in this video game? I actually fuck with it, actually. I'm really enjoying Unleashed, but I've only played
That was all about
1.
the hair and those arms and look at the chaos emeralds.
I could have played this on like the
So,
recompiled
is
version
this
from the
what
Xbox
you usually
360.
look like?
However, I already had the
Yeah.
Wii set up.
This is the real me.
This is the real me.
Pretty cool, huh? Huh? Where'd you go?
I can see him.
Oh.
Big ice cream.
Looks good, don't it?
It do.
That there chocolate chip cream sundae supreme is the pride of the city.
Chocolate
The
chip
whole
cream
world can come
supreme.
tumbling down, but they'll still line up for a taste.
That's true, actually. The whole world is currently ending.
What about your memories?
I don't need memories. I got ice
Chocolate
cream.
chip Sunday Supreme.
You said it.
Yeah,
Enjoy it,
yeah.
kiddo. Satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love it, you get your money back.
Hey!
Oh,
He doesn't have money.
love it.
He's broke. He just stole that. Or did he give it to him?
Wow,
for free, I
this
guess.
chip whatever stuff is great.
If you say so. How about
Sonic's
you
like,
give me a
fuck
hand and
off.
Help look for somebody who knows you, Chip.
That's your name now.
Chip?
Gotta call you something, don't I? What do you think?
Yeah, Chip. Chip. I
Why
love
he
it.
writing it
Yo.
like that?
Now, what do you say we start asking around and see if anybody here knows you?
Okay.
Why he writing it like that? What the fuck? Chip confirmed. What? What the fuck? I'm gonna go to Flower Street. Oh, hello. Say, did you feel the tremor? Good thing my house is okay. This is the other gameplay? Oh, fuck. Who's this dude? Since the earthquake, the whole town is turned upside down. Do I know anything about you? I that I've never seen you before. Sorry, all I know is that I don't know you. I can't help you, but I'd bet the priest can. He knows everything. Though he has been preoccupied lately. Something's on his mind. Maybe you can help him out too. Awesome. Absolutely useless. Bell Square. Never seen your mugs around here before. Are you travelers? Huh? Do I know this little fellow? Nah, I can't say I do. Don't think we've met before. Me neither. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, gentlemen. No one's around. Let's head back, Sonic. Why did it say that this was like a place I could talk to people? Eric. Oh my god, Gregorio's. If you enjoy saying awesome, thank you for nothing. Hello, good pilgrims. What brings you here? Do I know this fine young gentleman? Scholar that I am? I must admit, I do not. My thoughts are filled with the shrine. What is the shrine? It is a sacred place, famous among travelers. Since the Great Tremor, all manner of strange incidents have occurred. We have fewer tourists, and I fear our town may come to ruin. You have come all this way. May I direct you to our holy shrine? Yes! The shrine is on the edge of town. You cannot go deep inside, but enjoy. Oh. Shrine unlocked. Hell yeah. There's something I forgot to tell you. I came across this when I was walking, so I picked it up. Looks like some kind of metal with a symbol of a blazing sun on it. I really like it myself, but it might be of use, so I want you to have it. Oh, okay, the first continent's sun tablet. What do you... Where did this come from? What do I use this for? Chip, where did you find this? Did you just, like, steal it? Or... Because there's no way that was just... What?
This place is kinda spooky, huh, Sonic? If it was just me, I'd be too scared to go in.
What the fuck? Okay. Oh my god, I can go that way.
That door's glowing, Sonic. Maybe that means it'll open now. Let's go see.
What do you mean it'll open now? Ah. I pressed the R button. I've got 8 moon medallions, or night medallions, or whatever the fuck it's called. Alright. We go in. I really don't know what's going on. Feels like it's going way too quickly. Like, I should have been playing another Sonic level before getting into this shit.
Here we
Okay. There's no fucking way. Oh, I got a drip bonus. Alright, I am locking the fuck in, actually. Ew. Sonic, what are you doing? You're scaring me. I love that I keep getting drift bonuses for doing absolutely fuck all, like, no drift. I fuck with it, though. Sonic, do not. Oh, I don't have the drift. Area time. Which way am I... Oh. I wasn't ready. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running in a direction. Oh, shit! We leveled up. Oh, that's the button for that. I figured out the drop. Hell yeah. I know exactly what I'm doing now. Alright, I'm locked the fuck in. Kind of, maybe, I don't know. Oh! Never mind. That was a quick time event. I didn't realize. Isn't it cool that it has 2D sections too? It is pretty cool. Oh. I gotta remember that I can boost. Sonic! Oh, I am going the right way. Ah! No. I'm locking in. I'm trying to. Fuck. What? Where's my drift? Yoo-hoo! This is awesome, actually. I'm enjoying this. Oh. Wow, how the fuck? Oh yeah, I can like dodge to the side and shit! I forgot that I can do that. Ooh, I got another item. I think I'm doing decently. I'd like to believe that I'm actually popping off. Random location. I can't see shit. What?
This is Sonic. Something huge is
Boss?
chasing us.
What do I do?
Use a quick step to dodge when it charges.
Is that it? Can I just stand here? Wait, so... Do I want to be dodging... What? Oh shit, I'm behind it now.
Switch places with it.
Can I kill
Now
it?
It's our turn to attack.
Can I kill it? How do I kill it? No? I was trying to attack it. I didn't know how to do that. Do I got a boost into it? Aha. That makes sense. I got a boost into it. I'm not getting the S because I had no idea what I was supposed to do. But now I'm locked in. Bro cannot hit me. Look at this shit. Alright, easy fucking A rank. Oh shit. Bro's mad at me. Bro's mad. Never mind. Alright, easy. Winning! I fucked with this game. Finally, a game that I could enjoy.
Yeah, I'm good.
2 moon medals. I am really enjoying this, actually. Secret illustration 32. What does that mean? Why is it always asking me to continue playing? Why is it telling me to stop playing? Does it tell you every fucking 10 minutes to stop playing? What? Huh? Gather rings at top speed. I wasn't ready for this. Sure, I guess. I'll do that. What? How did I not get that? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, seriously? Alright, I gotta get 100 rings before the minute runs out. I think. That's what that means, right? Boost! Oh, I wanted to jump. And... Oh, I'm sick with it. Oh. Oh no, I didn't know what to do there. I'm gonna run out of things to grab. Oh, never mind. I'm goated. Mission clear. Awesome. Do I just get like... Oh! Obtained a tablet fragment adorned with a red jewel. What the fuck? They broke it in half. Why would they do that? Oh, now it's nighttime. It's nighttime.
Still no luck finding anyone who knows me.
Damn.
Don't worry about it. Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet?
No.
Nope.
No. Oh. Oh yeah, Sonic is like evil. Damn, that was impressive.
Oh, Mr. Monster Guy is back.
It's me, Mr. Monster Guy.
So when the sun goes down, I turn into this?
Are you okay, Sonic?
No.
I'm fine. I just need to be careful who sees me like this.
Sonic! Sonic, look!
What is it?
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, it's hopeless. The whole planet is split apart. We're doomed. Oh.
Mister?
Oh.
Hey, mister!
Poor guy.
Hey, don't cry. Ice cream. How about some more of this super tasty stuff?
What good is ice cream?
He's
in a
like,
time
you
like this?"
fucking child.
Oh.
No.
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
Yo, Mr. Fantastic.
But it could be useful.
Me. Is there an? You guys know that image that's like the dude really far away and it's like the fucking giant hand, like with a big middle finger, or like the the four. I need a traced image of the werehog where it's just like that. Where it's just a little guy and a big fucking middle finger. I need that. I need that on my desk. I need that in my phone. I really hope it's a thing. It needs to be. Let's go to Flower Street. Let's talk to people. Hey, get this. The ice cream man has been acting really weird. Yeah, no shit. Oh, speaking of weird, what the heck happened to you? What did you do to yourself? It's a new head gel. I don't get to talk to people. Hey, Pilgrim, what's the matter? You alright? You look shorter and stouter than before. Did you eat something funny? What the fuck, guys? No one's around. Let's head back, Sonic. What's the point of going there if there's not gonna be anyone there? I don't believe we've met. What are you doing out this late? We met this afternoon. I think I'd remember a blue hedgehog. Someone who looks like me directed you to the holy shrine. I was just talking about how many unusual guests we get. Eric said he even gave directions today to a yellow fox. After Apatos's tremor, tourism declined, and nights are dangerous. Reports of ghosts have not been verified, but you be careful, son. Ghosts? Alright, I guess we go to Cafe Terrace now. You fellas, you two make a big impression. I'd know you anywhere. What do I mean? Well, I had some stranger ask me a favor. Since he was a yellow fox, I figured you knew each other. He told me if I saw a blue hedgehog, I ought to give him this. His description was a bit different, but you gotta be the one he meant. Do I get the second half? Oh, I get the moon tablet. Awesome. What does that mean for me? I head over to the sacred fucking shrine and I'm just like, boop. Put the fucking moon tablet. And we get to play as the werehog in moon form. Or fucking not. Is that because I've got the sun tablet or whatever the fuck? Are you just gonna zoom in on Sonic's face?
Huh? Hey,
You're back to nice guy Sonic again.
I
This
am.
light's so warm. It kind of feels like the afternoon sun.
They got the sun
Do you
in the
think your
fucking temple.
transforming's got something to do with the sun, Sonic? I don't know.
Probably. I'd have to assume it does.
That
Moon
door's
time.
glowing, Sonic. Maybe that means it'll open now.
Didn't you say that last time? Oh, I just fucking headbutt the wall. Alright. Oh. Never mind.
Ah, you're looking all scary again. Don't you get tired of switching all the time?
I don't think that's my... I don't think that's my doing, dude. I don't think that's up to me. Alright, do we get tutorials on how to play Werehog? Get the hang of jumping. What do you
If
mean,
you
get
press
the hang of
B button
jumping?
to jump, then press the B button again in the air, you'll do a double jump.
Werehog got the fucking double jump? And a health bar! Awesome. Also, his jumps are very vertical, but not very...
Move the L stick rapidly in the same direction
Horizontal.
twice to do a dash.
What? Oh shit, I got dash! That's actually sick. I love having a Minecraft dash.
Now try jumping in mid-dash. You'll travel a lot farther than a normal jump will take you.
Yeah, okay. That's funny. I can also double jump. Alright, I fuck with this. Big fucking hand! Big fist! Sun medal. Yippee! What the fuck is this RPG bullshit? What the hell? Warehammer acquisition. This emergency evasion tactic will push back. What? Okay. Huh? I'm assuming I just activated the Warehammer or whatever it is. Use those arms to get acrobatic.
If a ledge looks climbable, try stretching out your arms and grabbing it.
How the fuck do I do that? Ah! Do I gotta hold it? Okay. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I gotta
You should be
hold
able
the
to
R
reach
button.
that horizontal pole if you grab for it, Sonic.
Oh, this is sick. Why is the R button?
You can climb up and down.
Yeah, I know to go upwards. Interesting. The night levels are quite different. Yeah, I can see that. I don't mind a little different, like... I don't mind it. It's not that bad. I fuck with it. Just, you know, maybe if it was nicer to play, like, if you had a little bit more movement in the Werehog and it wasn't the fucking R button, beat him up!
Alternate the Y button and the X button presses to attack. That's a lot of bad guys.
What? Using triple attacks to defeat every enemy in the area. Oh ho! Banger. I mean, I don't mind doing like the attacks or whatever the fuck. What the fuck? Hope you enjoy the music also, it's pretty banger. It's very reminiscent of like Yakuza 2 Okinawa battle theme. I have 240 points. I'm winning. I'm getting Dark Gaia points. Interesting. Alright, so the Werehog levels are like very interesting. Grab and throw.
You can grab that. Once
Can
you
I?
grabbed a box.
Yoink. Throw! Oh, the like. The fact that I could just grab a box and throw it at bitches is so funny. The way that they ragdoll. Oh my god, I have reach. I got a fucking box. We run away. Box. I'm getting all the sun medals in the world. Box. How many? Oh, I just get 240 every time. When do I get like better health and shit? So this is very different. Like they tried to fit a Sonic game and a not Sonic game together, and they just made both of them Sonic. Oh, the Warehammer.
If you press the A button,
A super duper special move. Oh. Get fucking slammed. Get fucking slammed. That's sick. I gotta say, I am enjoying this. 40 points? Bruh. Continue playing. Do you want to continue playing after learning every single control? Yes. I'd like to actually play a level. That'd be nice. Oh, here we go. Wow, it's like I get to play a level now. Start up the band, baby. Alright, we're actually fucking bitches up now. What the fuck you mean? I'm gonna come over here. Alright. I'm vibing. Whoa! Why did I just slide down like that?
oh, I see a door. We've got to open it up if we want to.
I'm assuming I gotta... Ah. Yeah. Oh, check it. I got the balls. I did not press the A button there. Get out of here, bitch! You tweeting Twitter. Can I leave? Hell yeah, I can. Are there like any bonus items or whatever, or is it just like... Oh? What does this mean? Do I just have to collect
What's this, Sonic?
3 fucking things? Wait, I wanted the rings! Oh, come on, I definitely hit you there. So, being Werehog doesn't matter. Like, rings don't matter, it's just health. Very hard to hit these guys. Oh, I see it. Oh, the boxes. Of course, the boxes. Can I get up? The R button doesn't do shit. Wait, hold on. Better idea. I come over here. Yeah. Alright, I kind of fuck with it. This isn't too hard. Oh, look at that moon. It is very hard to alternate things. Like, why am I not hitting these guys? Fucking die. Let me out! Please, I want to collect things. Oh yeah. Look at that! Oh, there wasn't anything up there. Rings give health. Yes. Oh, look at me go. Item. I love collecting items. Open! Open the door! I actually fuck with these right now.
Hey, wow! Now we can get past here.
Yay, we can get past here. Thank you for that information, I guess. Oh fuck, there's more of them. Oh. Oh, 15 hit combo? I gotta slow the fuck down to hit these guys. Very annoying. I'd love to be able to see fucking anything. Alright, I only have to press it once. I don't have to... Maybe I should hold it? If I hold it... Yeah, okay. That makes more sense, actually. Less than 4 minutes?
Wow, I rule!
I do rule. Oh, the target time was 6 minutes? Okay. So there's like a... They are collected. I can see that they are collected. That's pretty neat. Ooh, skill training. Wear Claw. Press the X or Y button while dashing. That's pretty useful. Hell yeah. A secret illustration 59 and 23. And a new mission. Okay, so... Fucking continue playing. What I'm gathering is that rings also matter to the end score. You have to get like a certain amount. You have to beat the mission by a certain time. And then you also have to beat the guys up. I don't really get it.
There's no knob on this door.
No way there's no knob on the door. What did I just get? Oh, get fucking stunned, idiot. Get out of here. Yeah, no, I fuck with this. This game's pretty... I actually do enjoy this game right now. Kind of insane to me to say that I'm enjoying Unleashed. I don't know if anybody else fucks with Unleashed. Get the fuck back here, dude. Oh, and they like... I gotta use boxes. Why can't I kill these guys? Person I watched play initially liked it a lot. That bodes well. I mean, I love the music. The music slaps.
Sonic, I think if you dashed here, you'd be able to jump this distance.
You think, buddy? You think? I think I can also do that. Oh, I wanted to grab it! Ow! Why can I not hit these dickheads? There we go. Can I kill this guy? There we go. There's something on the roof. Oh, there might be... Where did the music go? My music. Hello, Squawk. How is it? How is it going? How are things progressing? Okay, yeah, just fucking shitty ass double jump. That's battle music only. Yeah. Oh my god! he rotates. Nearly there? Hell yeah.
I think you can move sideways.
Really? I can move sideways here. Guys, do you think I can move sideways here? Let me in. Bonk. Alright, I am getting used to it. Open. 20 ring. I saw something. Hell yeah. I wish there was a dedicated dash button instead of doing like the Minecraft sprint. That fucks with my head. But I guess I'm kind of used to it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. That's some crowd control there. That is an epic crowd control option. What the fuck? They're killing me? They're dodging! Alright. Oh, come on, I definitely would have made that. Please. Alright, fuck it. There's other things to do. Like opening this fucking door. I'm assuming that's like the dark energy or whatever the fuck that I use. Or whatever it is. Oh. Yeah, of course. I could just do this. Yump. Yump. Hell yeah. I'm gonna fall!
Let's...
Never mind. Alright, surely I hit the right... Plonk that shit. Oh, it do go down. Oh, great. Oh, this rings for days here. I'm fully evil, bros. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm hitting them. I'm hitting the bees. Or whatever they fucking are. Whatever they're supposed to be. Why is it so hard to hit these? Become evil. Alright, we're bowling. Oh my god, there were boxes the whole time. What if I just jumped? What if I just jumped? Jump off, Sonic. Nerd, oh god.
We should take this one.
Take this one nice and slow. What if I don't? Screw taking it nice and slow. The ending! Yippee!
How do you like that, huh?
I will say, game kinda ballin'. Oh! I got an S rank! I got rank! That's crazy. Guys, I'm actually goated. Combo level up, hell yeah! I can chain more shit together. What can I say? I'm kind of gaming. Oh, there's like a lot of things. Interesting. E? No, you're wrong. It wasn't an E. It was an S. And I'm fucking balling. That was awesome. I'm actually so hyped. A third one? There's 3 of these? Oh my god. Interesting. Oh my god, I've got new moves. I've unlocked new moves. I do the fucking discombobulate. Distract the target. Discombobulate. You see that shit? I just go. That's awesome. Please tell me that anybody gets my reference. I'm a funny guy with funny references.
Think you could break this wall?
Oh, hell yeah, I can. Was that it? There was just 20 rings in there? That's it? I wanted this instead. What was that? Appreciate it. Why does it just want me to look over there? I'm not interested in whatever there's over there right now. Because that's gonna happen. It might be easier to deal with the bees. Or not. They're still fucking a pain in the ass. But I'm ballin', and I can deal with them anyway. Alright, I'm actually locked the fuck in. Is it just because of like... Oh. Is it because of like I'm playing on the Wii that this shit just like the music doesn't start like immediately? After coming out of a event? Whatever this is called, a battle. I am kind of baller though, to be fair. Are you seeing me ball right now? I love ambient noise. Oh yeah, why did I come in here? Gonna happen again? Question mark. No? You don't look like a baller? What the fuck? I'm not allowed to... I can't be any taller. Alright. We progress. I'm fucking unlocked. I actually really like Unleashed. Let me in. My throat dying. Man, maybe there was a reason everybody fucking likes Unleashed. It seems like there are bitches near me. Whatever will I be? What? You hit me there? That's crazy. Ten rings. Oh my god, there's a big fucker. Big dude. Get comboed, idiot. That guy was huge. Oh my god, the goal. How do I get extra lives? Or is there gonna be a fight? No? Okay. I thought there was gonna be a fight, but no. Interesting. I rule. Look at that! The target time was 7 minutes and I beat it in 4. I just don't have enough force. Whatever that means. Am I supposed to get more force? How do I force myself to get more force? Oh hey, that's like the other side to that thing that I needed. Oh my. Tails! No!
Hey! Settle down, guys! Come on!
It's Tails.
Help!
You say help, but you just fucking flew away. Like, bro is so easy to deal with. You know, like... Oh. What?
Hey, Tails.
I don't even get to do anything! What the fuck? That's crazy. I did
What
it,
are you
yeah.
doing out here?
I did it.
Is that really you?
I did it. I beat everyone.
That's a new look. What happened?
You
Eggman
know me,
happened.
Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Where did you get that from? What? That was
Story. I'll bet
that was
means that
so
you turned
like
into that,
blank.
And the planet breaking apart are
That's so
somehow
fucking
related.
funny. Like
I need
Tails
to find
stared at
Eggman
the man
and
for
make him
so
fix this,
long.
and
Pretty sure a
fast.
different version of the game has
Don't
that
bet
fight.
that.
Yeah, the
I know
Xbox
someone who might
PS3
know
versions
something about
probably
what's
do.
going on here.
Oh, really?
But I'm playing the Wii
Professor
version.
Pickle over at Spagonia University.
It's Professor
Said he gathered
Pickle.
some data. If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
It's time, Professor Pickle.
Spagonia. That's a
Spagonia.
continent over. An easy jog if the planet were
10 ads is
broken.
crazy, bros.
No problem.
It's a
My tornado
3-minute
run will get us
ads.
there in a flash. Let's get going.
3-minute ads. Just
Leave
be
it to you,
subscribed.
Tails. Let's
What
get
can I
moving.
say? The thing is with ads, like you have to have like an average of 3 minutes of ads per hour to turn off the pre-rolls. And so like when you join the stream, it doesn't play ads. And it's like it's better because if you join the stream and you see ads, you're probably like, I don't want to sit around and watch ads. Spagonia can now be selected. Look at the fucking Earth. I have $3. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up actually. You should get more money. I can spin. Look at me spin Earth. Man, this game easy. Let's go to Spagonia. What do you mean I can go to different areas? Oh my god, I'm Indiana Jonesing. I've made it to Spagonia. You're looking for some laboratory? Gee, I haven't got a clue. Does my sister know, you ask? She's my friend's sister, not mine. I don't even know what a laboratory is. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks for your input. Go down, please. I want to go to Baker Street. Do I know a Professor Pickle? I did hear stories of a famous professor living in the area. That's all I know. Fair enough. Alright, let's go to the back alley then. Busy, busy, busy. Sorry, I can't help you. I'm right in the middle of things. Where is the laboratory? The laboratory? Oh, the lab. Are you looking for the professor? He's vanished into thin air. I'm having a hard time finding him myself. You should explain. I should explain. First, I'll direct you to the lab. Please, go on ahead. Why does this guy look like animated Germa? He got Germa vibes. Pickle Lab! I want to go to the Pickle Lab. This is the place, Sonic. Professor Pickle's laboratory. That assistant guy said he'd vanished. Let's go in and see if he's here.
What? Professor Pickle's been kidnapped?
What?
It was a little bit before the tremors hit. This
Who
old
is
man
he?
showed up with a whole pack of robots. They
Oh my-
carried
this
poor
old
Professor
man.
Pickle off, lab data and all.
No. Dr. Robotnik.
Can't be.
That sure sounds like Eggman.
What a horrible thing to do. We've got to
Pulled
go
Eggman
help
old.
that professor guy out.
Yeah.
And fast. If he got kidnapped that long ago, he's got to be real hungry by now. And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather be dead.
Oh, he's fucking dead! He just died! He just died live on stream, holy shit.
I'm sure Eggman
He
is
just
feeding
fucking
him.
died.
Even
I've known him
if
for
he's
an
not
hour
that
and he's just
cool.
died.
Okay. Let's go and find the professor.
Wait, that's kind of crazy. He can die on command and then revive himself. That's crazy. Why would Eggman kidnap the professor? What is he up to now? That's it. Somehow the professor's research threatens Eggman. And if it does, then his notes will probably give us a clue. Let's see. Here we are. A mysterious hole in Missouri. Act now and think on it later. Time to head to Missouri, Sonic. Can kill himself on command. Well, to be fair, anybody could kill themselves on command. Bro can just revive himself on command, I guess. Alright. We just stopped by Spagonia, and now we're going somewhere completely fucking different. Cool. We've unlocked another area. I love traveling around the world. True. Where the fuck? Shop. Looks like nobody's here. Let's go back, Sonic. What do you mean no one's in the shop? The holy tree. Looks like nobody's here. What? In what world is the holy tree unguarded? Lookout tower. They're not here either, Sonic. What's the the fuck? The hunter's home. Anybody around? No one's around. It's really quiet. Hey, Sonic, isn't that the hole Tails was talking about? Where? Oh, mysterious hole. I see. There's a mysterious hole. Where am I?
Sir Pickle! Are you alright? We got here as fast as we could.
It's Pickle.
Professor?
Hello?
How dare they call this culinary concoction food? Look here, do you see this sorry excuse for a sandwich? The bread should be no less than 3/4 of an inch thick. Upon it, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and a pinch of black pepper.
Is he a professional in
Contents,
culinary?
fresh cucumber,
Like culinary
sliced
science?
thinly, if you please. Am I quite right, Tails?
I know I learned something here today.
Am I quite right, Tails? He's like, homie, dap me up.
But tell me, what brings you here?
He sees Tails and he starts bitching about his food. That's
No,
crazy.
Professor. We came here to rescue you.
Oh, I see. How rude of me.
Eggman is starving this man.
First, it's about time
Rude.
someone taught the chef here how to make a proper sandwich.
You can file a complaint later, Professor.
Let's get out of here before Eggman's welcoming committee.
Go file a complaint to
Oh,
Eggman.
yes, quite. But let us be sure to collect the contents of that vault before departing.
What? Okay. I thought he was gonna do like the fucking like whoosh. Like he did the fucking like gotta go
Those
and
documents
zoom off,
are
but he
only
nah he
hope for
fucking
surviving this crisis. Let's go.
fucking-
There's no time to lose. I'm half
my mind
starved
cuts
after
out of the
being
park.
fed
I
nothing
part
but
at
those
scream at
terrible
people, and it's
sandwiches.
really really funny.
Want
That's
some
awesome.
chocolate, Professor?
Where are you keeping that?
My. Don't mind if I do.
What? He was just holding onto this chocolate. He really didn't want it.
These ancient documents are
I don't even have to
known as
fucking play the
Gaia
game,
manuscripts.
guys.
They tell the legend of a disaster that befell our planet some tens of thousands of years ago.
It's just lore. I don't have to play the
And
game.
According to the Gaia manuscripts,
How long
this
is the
isn't
Wii
first
version of this
time
game?
The planet has been broken apart into pieces.
That's crazy. Why is he holding the
The
non-wrap
cause lies
apart?
at the
Because
very
that's how he
core
was
of the planet.
given it.
All the phenomena we've witnessed.
It's like holding a
are
knife,
result
right?
Of one creature.
Right? If you're holding a knife
Energy organism
and you need to give it to somebody, you hold it by the like
So how do we
fucking
stop
knife
this dark
and
Gaia
give it
and
to
put the
somebody.
world
You
back
don't
together?
just be like, "He have a knife."
Luckily, Dark Gaia has yet to be fully
Dark
reborn.
Gaia.
We most likely have Dr. Eggman's premature wake-up call to thank for that.
Yeah,
If
probably.
we act now, we may be able to restore the planet by returning power to the Chaos Emeralds.
How do we do that?
Sonic, you must travel to each of the temples listed in the Gaia
Ah.
manuscripts. The planet's power will restore the Chaos Emeralds, and in turn,
Bro's pouring
the
himself
Chaos
more
Emeralds will
tea.
restore the planet and help it heal naturally.
Okay. So is that like the entire Wii part? You know, like the Wii is just going to each places? All 7 temples or whatever? Now, where are the Gaia temples? Deciphering the Gaia manuscripts will reveal the location of the temples. Initial results of my analysis indicate there is a temple in Missouri. Thank you. Eggman seeks the same clues we do, those that lead to Gaia temples. With Dark Gaia unstable, we can get the upper hand. Off to Missouri. Every time I say that, I'm thinking, like, America. Missouri. Wait, where do I go now? Oh, yeah. Me talking about Missouri, where do I go? It, like, didn't even process to me that Missouri was where I'm supposed to go. I got ice cream and apple pie. Sonic, some guy with a weird mustache is causing a panic. Wait, is that Eggman? Holy shit. It's Eggman. There he is.
Get out of here! Who are you?
Now the question is, do I get to fight Eggman?
Fear not, my good villagers. If you all behave, I won't have to do anything nasty. All you need to do is tell me where the Temple of Gaia is.
We're not telling you anything!
Oh shit. He got fucking domed!
So, you dare to defy me, do you?
Rock right between the eyes. Oh, hey, Sonic.
Sonic!
Yo, Eggman! Thanks for that
Long time no
skydiving
see,
adventure the
bitch.
other day.
I should have known you'd still be alive, you stubborn little hedgehog.
What are you doing out here?
I see
Chip
no
is fighting.
reason to tell you. In any case, I'm busy. Farewell!
Oh, okay, bye.
Hey, wait! That's playing dirty! Come back!
Just ignore him.
Awesome. He
Is
does this all
everyone
the
here all
time.
right?
I want to go to the shop. Hi, my name is Anna. I was so scared I thought my heart would stop beating. Who are they anyway? And what would they want with our simple village? The temple? I'm also headed there, by the way. You can tell me where it is. You're one they call Sonic? I thank you for coming to our rescue. I am Gwek, the village elder. You're both heroes for saving the village. How can we repay you? Oh, you'd like to know about the temple? Alright then. Although I do not know you, I do know that you have a good heart. I want the Yeah, right? How do I know? I have my ways, and you do have those tablet fragments. Push, press, push, twist. The product is complete. It came out quite well, wouldn't you say? It is called a planet tablet. This tablet is key to open Gaia Gate, the pathway to Gaia Temple. In our village is a holy shrine from ages past. It is, in reality, Gaia Gate. Insert the tablet in the door at the gate to open the way to Gaia Temple. Seek guardians of planet tablets like me elsewhere and ask for their help. I got the planet tablet. Awesome. What if I go to Lookout Tower? You're all dressed quite, uniquely, aren't you? You look a bit like the drawings of ancient warriors passed down in our village. I'm literally naked and only have shoes on. So does Tails. Chip doesn't even fucking have anything. We've been dressed. We'll keep an eye out to make sure those scoundrels don't come back. Sounds good to me. Let's go to the sacred shrine. Maybe. I would like to try. Hell yeah. The Gaia Gate. There's a couple, like, what are all these doors?
Looks like this door won't open yet, Sonic.
No shit. You need 14 total sun medals and 15 total moon medals. I see, I see. Are those like the challenge? Are those the challenges?
That door's glowing, Sonic.
Oh, maybe it'll open! Maybe it'll open now. Do you guys think the Stargate will open? Or Star Door? Yo, this is just like Mario. I'm opening a Star Door. Okay. What, wasn't I just playing as a werehog? What the fuck? This feels very disjointed. That was in a dark temple, yeah.
How'd you get here so quickly?
daytime.
Your road ends here.
Where the fuck am I, dude? I mean, I'm still in Missouri, but like... Apparently I'm fighting robot spider thing.
Behold.
Probably
my
originally
new
had a
power.
Dark Hedgehog
And
level.
Beetle, go!
Oh, it's a beetle? Interesting. Yo, that's sick. I think its Werehog levels got cut. I don't know. I'm playing the Wii version again. Because that's the only one I have. Maybe. I don't know if I actually own Unleashed. This was $19 when I bought it. Because I bought it from EB Games. Back in the day. Oh. I don't really know. Oh my god, I missed it. Alright, I need to lock the fuck in, maybe? What do I do? Oh. I figured it out. Alright guys, I'm locking the fuck in actually. What do you mean I got hit by that? Missiles!
How do you like that?
Ah, I still got a ring. Bitch ass. I jumped, dude. Leave me the fuck alone! I'm somehow still winning. Can I, like, boost into the boxes? Okay. I mean, that worked. Kinda bowling. Ooh, I'm leveling up.
How about this?
No, I can't boost into the box. Alright, I just need to deal one more hit of damage. And then I'm winning. Yo, this is just like secret rings.
Take this.
Have you guys put up your FNAF posters yet? No, I have not. I have not. Unfortunately. Oh, there's a second one. Okay, but what if I boost? Boost? No, I fucked up. I'm waiting till I move or something. I'm waiting. I'm also waiting. Please don't snip me. Oh, you're not gonna do it again, buddy? Get out of here. Oh, perfect timing! You guys see that? I'm gonna get an S-Rec for time. This is the only Missouri level? What? This is the only time I get... It's just the boss.
Same as ever. All bark and no bite.
That's really fucking funny. No wonder the moon level, like the medal count on the title screen was so low. It said like 72 moon medals and I was like, that's not a lot. And I was getting like one emission. I was like, man, I'm gonna get all of these in no time. Is this game really short?
Is that the temple of
QTE mini
Gaia?
boss levels were all cut.
Let's
Okay,
check it
that's
out.
fine. I don't mind having QTE mini bosses cut. I'm getting a unique experience.
Whoa, awesome.
What is
And I get to
this
sit
place?
here and not actually play the game. I'm gonna beat it in like...
Hey, Sonic.
Swear to God, I'm just gonna beat it next week. Because tomorrow I'm playing Resident Evil. On Wednesday I'm playing Fortnite.
Hey, what's this?
Country hubs were all
called?
turned into the click and collect, you
Wait.
see. Yeah,
There
click
could
and
be some
collect.
kind of-
Click and select. Yeah, that's
Whoa.
fair.
Hey.
Wii moment. Oh my god, put the emerald in. Don't put anything else in though, Sonic. Bad idea.
Huh? What's that?
Where were you keeping that? Yippee! Green emerald. I think. Is it gonna be green? Hell yeah.
The emeralds come back to life. This was the Temple of Gaia. That's gotta be
No
why
shit.
everyone was so keen on taking the place over.
Oh. We broke the temple. You want to know what Sun and Moon and Sun tablets have become in this version? What do you mean? Oh shit, we're fixing the Earth? We're unpissing the Earth. Medals, not tablets, sorry. There was like 102 day medals and 72 moon medals. I don't know what that means though, but yay, the first continent has been restored. I did it. I just get to sit here. Oh, hey, Tails.
The planet! One of the broken pieces of the planet moved back into place!
That was me.
Oh, right. Nice job.
Sonic must search for Sun and Moon medals in the Xbox 360 PlayStation 3 version in order to progress through the main campaign. In the Wii PlayStation 2 version, Sun and Moon tablets are used to access levels instead, and these are gained automatically. The medals are earned based on players' rank or gathered automatically by completing missions, and they're solely used to unlock secret areas at Gaia Gates.
Sounds like a great excuse to see the world.
Yes, I picked the best version. It just means that I like everything. The medals are only used for secret areas, which is awesome. Because that means I can just play the game, not have to worry, and be able to beat it normally. I don't have to like grind shit out. The continent is totally back to normal, just like the professor said. Say, I forgot where he told us to go next. Let's head back to Spagonia. I have 12 medals of each. You can't see because they're behind. It's behind my webcam. That's fucking awesome, actually. The levels in the game are much more challenging and much longer. Makes sense. You know what? I'm glad I chose the Wii version. You know?
Found you, Sonic!
Oh, hey, Amy.
I've been looking for you forever!
Hey, let me go.
You're crazy if you think you can get away from Amy Rose and...
Who the fuck are you?
Who are
I was
you?
wrong. There's more night levels in the
Oh my
Wii.
gosh, I am so sorry! I just completely mistook you for someone else. That is so strange. I could have sworn it was him. Anyway,
She doesn't know.
I'm really sorry. See you later.
Well, that was weird. How come that girl
Well,
didn't know you
that
were
was
you,
awkward.
Sonic? I mean, I guess you are kinda, you know, and these guys. Oh, I mean, don't worry. Hey, you only look really scary, Sonic. Inside you're the same
You
as ever.
only
I
look
guarantee
scary.
It, okay? Sonic, cheer up. Chocolate.
Where are you getting this chocolate from? Where is he getting this chocolate from? He has no money. You are kind of freaky and fucked up, Sonic. Don't call Sonic freaky. There's nobody here. Awesome. Who's in the back alley? You got a problem? I'm not how I was this afternoon. Hey kid, I don't even know you. You're getting on my nerves. Get lost, punk. Oh, now I can go to the pickle lab. It's letting me go to the pickle lab. You know who else is freaky? Shadow. Maybe. Pickle. What's this? Some hairy beast? Oh, it's you, Sonic. Don't scare me like that. Popping out of nowhere. You'll give a guy a heart attack. I think they should kiss. Who? I want to go to Baker Street. Is this the fucking Wii version? It is, Prey. Nights have been wild lately. Usually decent people act strangely. You be careful out there, especially after dark. I'm enjoying it. What can I say? Pickle Lab. Welcome back, Sonic. Tails filled me in on your adventures. Oh, you saw my assistant? And he was very different? We're discovering all the differences? Yes. I see. Clearly he too has fallen prey to Dark Gaia's influence. I suspected something like this might happen to him. According to the Gaia manuscripts, Dark Gaia is empowered at night. It negatively impacts the deepest, darkest parts of the heart. I must do something immediately to assist my assistant. The data indicates several entrances to the Holy Temple. I just need a little more time to complete my research. Please make a habit of stopping by to see me. First, find the temple in Spagonia, and then the one in Holoska. Don't forget to come back and let us know how it's going, Sonic. This is the version I had as a child? Hell yeah. This is the version I have right now. Never beat the game. Eggman Land Day kicked my child ass. Dear God. That bodes well for me. Alright, Spagonia. Can I go to the Gaia Gate? No. How do I find the Gaia Gate? I can go to... I was a pretty dumb kid. I'm not judging. You're looking for an old shrine, huh? You must mean that place on the other side of town. Yeah, the holy shrine is that way, honest. Oh yeah, there've been some weird things going on in that area. Granddad gave me this charm, but I want you to have it. I shouldn't have. Why not? Just take it. I've got a feeling that you're gonna need it. The fuck's that supposed to mean? Uh-oh, bad comma. Dun dun dun. Play Kingdom Hearts 2 without realizing you could equip skills or gear? What? Fucking amazement I felt when I realized you could actually see the enemy's health bars. Okay. The only Kingdom Hearts games I've played is 1 and Chain of Memories, like the PS4 games. You know, I had it on PS4 and I started playing 2 as well. I never got very far, and now I have it on PC. Play 2, you fucking heathen. I plan to eventually in my own time, but it's very big. Next series? No, my next series after this will be Black Knight. Maybe. Most likely Black Knight. I got the Second Continent's Moon tablet. Hell yeah. I want to go to Baker Street. But yes, I will eventually play 2. I have to just play them on my next franchise. Oh no, my next franchise, I've already decided, Metal Gear Solid. I want to play those games so badly. I own them. You boys are certainly busy bees, aren't you? Watching you is such an inspiration to me. Here's a little something to show my appreciation. Secret Soundtrack 39? Hell yeah. I need something to play, man. Baldur's Gate 3 is finally losing its luster to me, and Clair Obscur made me sob. I would love to play Clair Obscur. I need to buy it, I just don't have the time. And obviously, you know, I have other stuff to play. Goated game. Yeah, I would love to play it! I can get it for like $50, but like, I need time. And I'm focusing on playing 300 Line first. All of it. And obviously this game. But I'll get there eventually. I still feel horrible. The professor's worried about me, but that just makes me feel worse. How is that actually? It's definitely very enjoyable. It's just a really long game. Can I go? Why can't I go? Okay, I was like, why can't I go to the left? There's a 50-hour prologue. Have you played Raincode? Well, pray. I actually have an entire walk-through playthrough on my channel, my YouTube channel, where I played the entire game and also all of its DLC cases. I did play Raincode. I played it day one. It was a goated game. I fucking love that game. How funny, so do I. How many of the twists did you predict? Because I predicted too many of them. I know we have an old shrine somewhere, but I can't recall where. I seem to be forgetting more and more things as of late. Like 2, I think. I predicted, like, I got one bit of information from the last case, and I was like, I figured out the entire thing. I was like, that's funny. Chapter 3 was so fucking easy, like, come on. All of them were pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. Everything kind of just, like, made sense. Like, you kind of just understood. Anyway. Moon Door. The Moon Door. Anyway, I really liked Raincoat, and I played it on the Switch, and I would love to get it on PC to play it again and experience it again in like higher definition, but it costs a lot of money. I did not see Chapter 5's twist coming. Look, that entire game was goated. People that all I'm saying is you guys should play Raincoat if you haven't. But yeah, I'm enjoying 100 Line. It's literally has like a 50 hour prologue. I'm not even joking. Hello, can I kill this guy? Okay, there we go. I don't really know what else to say about 100 Line. Have you seen Prey dressed up like the funny detective boy? I have not. I got, when I went to, was it Tokyo Alley? Might have been Tokyo Alley. There was a person selling Raincoat stickers. I was like, someone else who's played this game? Oh fuck, I gotta learn to jump. Wow, idiot. Oh come on, I jumped. Kill this dude. Kill nerds. Metal box! Wait, what? I was like... Oh! Metal box. Puzzle. Puzzle. I get it. Puzzle. I thought they were about to hit me with like the fucking Weezer riff. The lick, probably. 30 rings. Don't mind if I do. I'm killing these bitches. It's in your DMs, Gamo. Yo. Awesome. I'll have to check it out because I'm finished beating the fuck out of these dickheads. Get clapped. Get discombobulated. Fuck off. There we go. Unlock the fucking... Yippee! There's more dickheads? Where? Bro spotted. Alright. We're free! How much money do you think Jason got paid to make those battle noises? Probably one thing worth of... What is it, like one session worth of money. You know, he probably just like, he probably just went into the recording booth, went, and left. Like, that's all he did. That was all he did that day. I'd love to believe. Let me up. Uppies, please. Why can't I get up? Why let me up there, please? Yoink. Reminds me of the interview I saw with Xander Mobius talking about Joker. He had a session of just, yeah. Nah. Yeah, right? Like, I'm sure, like, everything. You would just do that a lot. I would love to just hang out with a voice actor one day and just, you know, see what they do in their normal everyday day-to-day. Like, what? How the fuck do you voice act, dude? You know? Can I get that, please? Por favor. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, wait. I'm like, where's this other one? Just like talk? Yeah. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. There it is. Found it. That's what a podcast is for. As if I would ever have a proper podcast where I would interview people, specifically voice actors. If only we had the Pog Pod or something. The next Pog Pod episode 2 is just pulling like a random voice actor to play on the Pog SP for one day and we just start talking about it. We lock the fuck in and we get like one of those streamers that is also a voice actor to play Minecraft on the Pog SP for us. There even in episode 1? Yes! Do you remember the... Pray, you were part of episode 1! I've uploaded it onto the Pog SMP channel, it's just private right now. Because I need to like make sure that it is cool and awesome. Wait, really? Yeah, it is private currently. I didn't know that if that was uploaded. Yeah, no, we did one at Supernova. In real life. I would like the panel uploaded. I'm still waiting for Dawn to fucking give me the stream. Because it's very weird. It could be uploaded if I decided to be like, hey, I'll just upload it right now. Because I have all the footage. Is there an edit of just Dawn's model over her in a PNG of a if you want to put in the time for that, I'm not.
Hey, can you grab onto that flying?
What the fuck? Oh, come on. I literally pressed the R button and didn't lock on. What do I look like? Somebody who knows how to edit? Right? Oh, thank God. I was like, please. Why is it telling me that I can do these things? And it's obviously not real. I mean, I could do it like that, but it would take way too long. Sonic, please fucking jump, dude. The ending is right fucking there. Get me out of this level. Get me out of here, dude. I actually quite like the Werehog stages. Because, like, in normal Sonic games, if you spend, like, 5 hours on a level, you feel like it's like a slog. These levels are fine. I don't actually mind spending, like, 10 minutes in a level. Werewallop. I didn't see what that is. I don't know as much about Dawn, but I know I don't care if people know I'm not an actual horse. No, Dawn's had face reveals, I guess. I don't know. I'll probably, because I have to put it all together, but I wanted, like, because right now all I have is, like, the footage of us, not the presentation. And I was really hoping that Dawn would give me her stream, because I feel like her stream had, like, the best view of the presentation. Otherwise I have to, like, go in and actually, like, do an hour's worth of recording and pretending that I'm the dude behind the scenes pressing the buttons to, like, progress the shit. Which I'll probably have to do anyway, to be fair. I just don't have the time for that right now. Did she save it? It's been over 2 weeks. Apparently she did, which is why I was asking her about it. But if not, then it's pretty easy to fix. Do my own shit. I'll probably have to do it. I don't know when I'll do it though. I would say I'll do it right now, but I'm currently playing Sonic Unleashed. Fucking mind, my guy. And I would need an hour worth of time to just do the recording of the panel. Stop streaming and do something else. Why not? Right? You get me. I've got other plans. I mean, I don't know how. I've almost streamed for 2 hours. I'll probably stream for 2 hours and then go and do that. Why Sonic when you can edit at Sonic speed? I cannot edit at Sonic speeds. I don't know if I cannot edit at Sonic speeds. I wish I could. What the fuck did I just do? That was sick. Wait, how do I get up there? I want that. I can't even grab on with, like, the werehog arms. Get how absolutely constant this song repeats. Yeah, bodes well. Oh yeah, spinny fucking woo 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 woo. I love that shit. Okay, but it reminds me of Yakuza 2 battle theme when you're in Okinawa. So I can't really complain about it. What the fuck is this shit? Oh! Right? I just Beyblade a hedgehog? Of course I did. You doubt me. Outlaw's Lullaby is a banger? Well, so is this! Get the fuck back here, you shitty ass wasp! Alright. Fuck this dude. Fuck you. Why is this guy making fun of me? There we go. He's making fun of me. Oh, that's a lot. Wasp parried a box. That's fucked up, actually. Who the fuck is that? Magician. I mean, Bro stands no fucking chance against the werehog. Ooh, I did the thing. Yay. Not just any magician. A dark magician. Oh my god, I finally met Dark Magician. I can't get up there. How do I... It's not gonna let me, that's fucked up. Boop. What? Nah, it's fine, it's chill. What am I doing? What was... Oh, this lowers. It go down. Swangin'. Oh my god, I thought I fucked it up. I didn't fuck it up though. No! I did fuck it up. No. I tried my best. I made it all the way and fucked it. Alright. At least it is that easy. Plunk. Oh, and the exit was right there. That makes sense, I guess. The fact that it was right there. S rank once again. Fuck yeah. Didn't even plan on that one. Just kind of happened. It just kind of happens. You doing good, gamer? I am doing good. I can't believe how good I'm doing. Oh shit! Attack level. My attack has leveled up. I'm powerful now. And I unlocked Secret Movie 5. It's asking me if... It consistently asks me if I want to continue playing, like, are you done with this game yet? This game isn't very long, you should stop playing. Is that what it's telling me? Like, this game isn't that long, dude, you should stop playing. You're gonna run out of game to play. Is that what it's trying to tell me? This is a lot of Sonic for one guy. Ooh. You're not wrong. Too much Sonic. Oh, can I hitch a ride? Hell yeah, I can. The nerd. Oh shit, they heard me. Why they sound like fucking birds? Shut the fuck up. Where the fuck are you from? Oh my god, where are you actually coming from? I'm so confused. Are you dead? No. Well, actually, no, they are dead. I'm swanging. There's one there that I need. Shit, I'm ready. Hell yeah. I gotta go back for that one. Yoink. Alright. Now we just kinda hang. We chill. We chill as fuck. I gotta hold the right button. There it is. Let me lock the fuck back on, please. Wonder who at Sega thought turning Sonic into a werewolf was a good idea. Yeah. Because to be honest, this feels like two different games. You know, you've got the Werehog segments, which feel like a spin-off of normal Sonic games, and then you got the boost formula, which like everybody loves the boost formula, right? That's like a thing. Can I go through this way? I think it was the same guy who had Sonic smooch that lady. Who knows? Elise! Ooh, it do go up. No, Sonic, wrong way. We go this way. Elise was such a character, man. Elise was like a non-existent character-wise. Fuck the world, I want my blue boy toy. Playing through 06 was kind of wild because I didn't know, like, Elise just didn't get character development or whatever the fuck. Like, she just existed. Insane things to say. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'll come back for that. Why is this here? Oh, the hidden item. That's right. I'm nearly done the video. It's slightly laggy, but it's the best line I've got, so I don't care. So how long is left until Squawk to get in? Because I'm kind of hyped. It's been too long. Every time I hear like the tune, I think I'm getting fucking like what's the lick? You know, the lick? It's definitely the lick, right? I'm not crazy. Alright, we're locked in. Please tell me everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say the lick. Hopefully not long. I'm giving up on giving myself a time. Hell yeah. You're locked in though. It's working. You know, it's happening. You're so close. I keep doing that. I bet the level ends just like right now. You know, as soon as I get up here, it ends. Because I've already spent 5 minutes. Oh my god, Sonic, why do you do that every time? Right, the ending has to be just like right here. Can we have Sonic climbing with no music noises for the rest of this stream? No. I'm locked the fuck in. I bet you are, Squawk. But you wouldn't get to hear jazz. God, jazz is such a good music genre. I hate all of these dudes. Shut the fuck up with your fucking bird tweeting ass. How the fuck is that guy even still alive? What is there anything over here? Just goodies, I guess. Alright. The level ends. Yay!
How do you like that, huh?
Another S! Wow. What can I say? I'm also locked the fuck in. I'm locking the fuck in. Hell yeah. Secret illustration 20. And a tablet fragment adorned with a blue jewel. I got half a thing. Another tablet fragment for us. Veloska's next on the list. Maybe someone there knows me. Let's go, Sonic. What about the daytime shit? Do I just never get to play any more daytime missions? That's it? Over? Where is it? There it is. Veloska. Let me in. One day I'll play a daytime level. Central bonfire, or food storage area. What a funny way to dress. Aren't you cold? But I should mind my own business, right? Hee. By the way, have you seen my husband? I've been looking all over for him. Where could he be? I have not seen your husband. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Say, aren't you that seal we ate yesterday? No, that's not it. Let me think. Married. Yeah, there's a family home. Hello there, my name's Makita. You can ask me anything about our village, okay? Huh? Why is there a man hiding in the lumberyard? Well, that must be my dad. My mom's trying to get him to do something he doesn't want to do. Something scary. I don't know about that, but I know my dad's kind of a fraidy cat. I feel sorry for him, so don't tell my mom where he is, okay? I wouldn't want my dad to lose face with my mom. What kind of seal looks like Sonic? Who knows? Can I go to the storage area? Talk to the father? Well, visitors to our snowy land. That doesn't happen very often. Oh, you have a question? What am I doing hiding here, you ask? I'm not hiding. I just like it here, that's all. Is there anything wrong with that? Oh, if you run into a woman named Sariana, please don't tell her where I am. Hello, wife. I found your husband. Oh, it's you again. Have you seen my husband? There's a sacred shrine in this village. It's been here forever and ever since the Great Earthquake. There have been rumors going around about that shrine. I've never seen them myself, but they say there are some spooky happenings going on. I really think it should be looked into. I thought about sending my husband, but ever since I told him about it, he's nowhere to be found. It's like he vanished into thin air. I bet he's too scared to go, and he's hiding somewhere. Pitiful. Say, I have an idea. Do you think you could go and look into it for me instead? Yes. You will? Oh, thank you. In that case, you'd better take this. It might be useful to you. No need to thank me. I want you to have it. I'll be looking forward to your report now. Yo, I've got the Sun Tablet. The 4th Continent Sun Tablet. It's time for the Sacred Shrine. Hell yeah. Baby. Oh shit. He howling. Oh, there's ice and shit. Okay. Sonic, open the fuck up. Sun door. Yippee. It's time for a Sonic game. Time to play Sonic. Oh fuck, I gotta remember how to play. I gotta remember how to play normal Sonic. I've only played normal Sonic missions like once. Dig. Never mind. Never mind. The game disc could not be read. No Sonic for me. I can't even press the home button. That's really fucking funny, actually. To be fair, it is very scratched. It's not that scratched, but like, that's fair that the game disc could not be read. That's really. You're playing this on an actual Wii? Yeah. I'm playing this on Wii U. That's really fucking funny, actually. I mean, I kind of have to restart, right? I have to hit the reset button. There's no reset button on... Oh! Never mind. Maybe? Oh, we're gaming! Thought you were using a totally real Nintendo Wii powered by the personal computer. No. Okay, we got a banger.
If you press the Y button in mid-jump,
oh yeah, I figured this out. It just reappeared. Yeah, it just worked. I put the disc back in and it was just like, oh, I can read it now! I know how to read! Now I'm gaming. What a stage! Continue playing? Does it want me to continue playing? I love that it just asked me if I wanted to continue playing. Alright. It's fucking time. Oh my god, I'm snowboard. I'm snowboarding. Said please turn it off. Yeah, it doesn't want to. My Wii U doesn't want to play Sonic Unleashed anymore. This is fucked up. Oh, what the hell was that shit? Boost! Ooh. Icebergs? Sir, that is a bobsled. I cannot tell what anything is. Rift bonus. Wii U wants bad games only? No. I refuse to play any more bad games on my Wii. The poor Wii. I feel bad for it. What the fuck? Hello? My momentum is gone? To play Mad World? I should. I do own that game. Yippee! Should play Wii Drawn to Life. Maybe I will one day as well. I've got a lot of games that I could play on my Wii. Oh shit. Go down. Oh, I got a slid. Really? Whoa. I gotta say, I'm kind of gaming. Oh, get fucking slid, idiots! That was awesome. Whoa. Boost, Sonic. Whoa! Sorry about that. My bad. My bad, gentlemen. Oop. Don't mind me. Up, you bitch. Let me down. Where am I? Screw that, I'm going this way. What? I'm dead. I didn't mean it literally. Ouch. It was like a joke. It was supposed to be a joke. I didn't mean to boost off the fucking edge of the world or whatever the hell it was. I'm not getting S rank. Oh, that's fine actually. I don't mind that. Oh, what? Ooh. Are you fucking kidding me? That's death? Oh, I've only got 2 lives. I don't like the fact that I only have 2 lives. Well, I think it just expected me to, like, actually pop off there, you know, like, do well, instead of just randomly fucking die. It's fine. Oh, I got an item for that as well. Hey, what? I died for that? I mean, I'm not dead. I don't mind, because this is my first time. Ooh, I don't want to die. Right, that's the thing I'm worried about. Oh, never mind. I'm not worried anymore. I don't mind a B rank. Brank. I don't mind a brank. I wasn't ready for ice physics or, you know, the fucking stomping shit. You know? Continue playing? Why did it ask me to if I wanted to continue playing again? Like, I played one mission, it was like, do you want to continue playing? And then I played another mission, and it was like, do you want to continue playing? Like, yes, I would like to continue playing. It's not that bad of a game that I would want to not play the game anymore. I could have gone that. Oh my god, I'm missing all of the cool rings. Wow. Oh shit. I did the fucking thing again. Zoom. I just gotta get 150 rings. Alright, I actually kind of... Oh! How did I do that? Did I just do, like, the light speed dash or whatever the fuck? We're playing best version, let's go. I am Scott. I'm having a wonderful time. Oh, what? I don't even get the 10 rings? This is bullshit. How you doing, Scott? Man. Why is it asking me every single time I beat a stage if I want to keep playing? Is it trying to tell me something? Is it trying to say, don't play the game again? Reach the goal ring, dodging ice as you do. Okay, what does that mean? Am I not allowed to touch these?
Not my best one.
I answered my own question. Oh, I see. Said don't hit anything? Yeah, but I didn't know if it meant, like, if I die or whatever. Because I have 0 rings, so it was like, is it just gonna kill me? I've run out of disk space. Oh no. Yeah, no, I drifted bad. I didn't mean to send that yet. This is gonna be fun. It's gotta load every time as well.
Here we...
Have you played this before? No, I've never played Unleashed. Are you fucking with me?
No!
I'm literally trying to run. Let us hear the failure music. No. I don't want to fail. Some Sonic fan this guys. That's why I'm playing this now!
Here we...
I haven't played a lot of the modern Sonic games. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that was so difficult. Gonna play the HD version too, like a true fan. Maybe one day. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying this right now. Oh god. No! How could you? Look at my head screaming through. I'm so close. I'm going insane. Fair enough. I'm not surprised!
Not my best one.
Where did you come from? Where did you come from? This is fucked up. I have to do that again. It's actually not that hard. Like, delete all the WAG files. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you to do differently. Like, there's not much I can do. Delete Fortnite. No. No. Anything but Fortnite. Alright, we're so back. Oh, okay. Let me... What? Huh? Huh? No! Use me?
Here we
Where's the goal ring?
go!
We'll get there. We'll lock in. We'll lock the fuck in. I'm locking the fuck in. Oh, sick ass action game. Delete stream. Please don't delete my stream. I'm not doing anything to hurt your computer, I promise. This is a bad idea! Ooh, I'm living. I don't know where I am in relation to anything. I feel like I'm gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say it. Oh, I did it!
Sweet.
I unlocked. Now, the real question is it gonna ask me if I want to keep playing? Ooh, I got a tablet. Your VC. What? Hey Sonic, now that we have more tablet fragments, isn't it about time to go see the professor? Squawk, I literally can't understand what the fuck you're saying. It's so funny. What is that even supposed to mean? You didn't it. Okay, I think I understand. He's congratulating you. I think I get it. Very hard. It's like, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my Pokemon Legends Arceus modded videos, but like, that, I believe that's like, it's like doing that shit. You know, it's like translating anything being said there. Where am I going? Oh yes, Begonia. To see the professor, because I've got the things that I wanted. Yay. I'm going to the village. What a gamer. Oh shit.
So much fun. I love it.
Hey, what's the big idea?
They're fucking dancing.
I really know how to dance.
I really know how to dance. Amy.
Whoa, is there some kind of party going on?
No.
What? Where'd you get that camera
Right
from?
here.
Something ain't right here. Ghosts. Fatal frame. They just fucking died.
Oh, it's a carnival of creeps out there.
He's playing Fatal Frame. Oh. Okay. What the fuck? Quick time event? What the hell? Bah. That's crazy that they just had like a quick time event.
Huh?
Hey, I did it.
What was I just doing?
That's wild. There you go, Amy.
Hey,
Oh, he's Spider-Man'd away.
wait up!
Just now. Was that Sonic?
Ah,
No.
That should calm things down a bit around here. Chalk another
Professor
one up for
Pickle.
Sonic.
You know Sonic?
Yeah.
Of course. He was here just a moment ago.
Tell me, what's happened to him? Please, tell
Evil.
me everything you know.
Who is this old man? Professor Pickle.
Explain everything over a plate of cucumber sandwiches.
Bribery. The fuck? Yeah, that's the Pickle Man. That's the guy from the Pickle Lab. Is Amy? Of course not. We gotta go back to the Pickle Lab. Sonic? Sonic! Even if you change your look, you're still Sonic to me. Sorry that I didn't recognize you right away. Your quest to open the temple doors is moving apace, I see. My analysis of available data has uncovered the location of another temple. The data indicates the next temple is in Chennai. As usual, ask the people there about what you need to know. Sonic, the time is of the essence. You must proceed forthwith to Chennai. I'm here to help the professor. Stop by any time, Sonic. Amy now knows who Professor Pickle is. They're homies. Wow. To the other side of the world. My next destination. There I go. Restaurant. My grandpa is the elder of the village. He's been gone a long time, and everyone is getting worried. Worrying always makes me hungry. Got anything to eat on you? No. Lantern Herbal Shop. Come to visit the village. Unfortunately, your timing is terrible. With the disappearance of the village elder, the village is a whirlwind of activity. Can I be of help? Can I help? Oh, you poor fellas seem to have a talent for finding trouble. That's how I like my men. But our village elder may be in too deep. Would you kids help out and go find him? You can ask Shuifon for the details. Where? Waterflow Way. Oh, this dude. Everyone is so worried about the elder. Where could he have gone? What? You'll help look for the elder? There's a holy shrine not far from here. What do you mean, that again? All I know is that we've checked everywhere else we can think of. Thanks for looking for the elder. Oh, and if you find him, give him this. I'm not sure what it is, but he asked me to hold on to it for him. I'm sure he wants it back. With the thing. The third continent's moon tablet. Oh yeah. Sacred shrine. Wow, you guys came from another continent? Is what you're wearing fashionable over there? Hold on, I'd better give you this. I'm not wearing anything. Oh, thanks for the soundtrack, I guess. The back gate. Nobody's here. Damn. No one's there. Ooh, I hit back. Fuck. I went back. Oh, can I just go straight to the Gaia Gate? This must be the sacred shrine the villagers were talking about. We have to find the village elder. Come on, let's go in, Sonic. Okay. Okay, I can do that, I guess. I guess I can do that. I'm gaming. Look at me, I'm in the third temple. There is only like a moon door here, which is glowing. Never mind, there's more than that. There's more than that. There's a lot of like nighttime stages. I guess that makes sense for the Wii version, you know, like you can play Sonic on any other fucking console. If you want to play actual Sonic, you can play it on any console. But the Wii version, you get the good shit. You get to beat 'em up. You get like the spin-off. Why is it so quiet? I'm gonna break this fucking wall down. Okay, banger. I mean, to be fair, all of the like Sonic Unleashed songs are bangers. I can't really complain. Get the fuck back here. What's the dog doing? They're running away from me. Were they meowing or whatever the fuck? Hit the fucking... Hit everything, Sonic. Kill him. Kill him. Alright, where are the other bitches? Kill them all. I actually really am enjoying Sonic Unleashed on the Wii, I gotta say. An item. Oh, what? They tricked me. Hello, turn the other way, Sonic. Hit him. Lock the fuck in, Sonic. Oh, bro just like grenaded me or whatever the fuck. Interesting. Whoa, there was shit like underneath. Oh, it's... Wow! Okay. Platforming. Cool. I wasn't ready to just start platforming. Great. I'm like afraid. I think I'm going this way. Okay. I locked in. Really? I was enjoying the music. Why would you do that to me? I was vibing. Oh. Oh. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho ho ho. I see, I see, I see. I see. Thank God it's not that hard. Yeah. Boing. Can I not? Okay. I was really hoping I'd be able to grab that, but apparently I'm not able to. Hello? Why can't I grab you? There we go. What's this way? Box! Boxes! 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 This is like the end up there. I mean, obviously it matters how much, like, spirit or whatever the fuck I get. I don't remember what it's called. But like these orbs and shit, very useful. Boing. Oh, is this like a split path?
Big door.
Big fuck off door. How are you gonna open it? These guys don't stand a fucking chance. Open sesame. Plonk. Hell yeah. Oh, and then I gotta go to the other side. There's the goal ring. I gotta go to the other side and do like platforming, swings and shit. Acrobatics. That's the word I was looking for. Fuck ass acrobatics. Hell yeah, you see that shit? Acrobatics master. Hell yeah. Force, that's what it's called. Man, this shit's easy. Shit ballin'. Ooh. Something new. Beat down. Grab the R button. Oh. I don't really care for that much. Secret Movie 13. Illustration 84. Fuck yeah. Continue playing? Do I? Surely I can unlock like the shrine. Oh my god. Maybe not. Go down. Thank you, Sonic. You're really hard to control when you're on all fours. Really? Oh my god, the wizards! They're fucking back! You fucking mind? Did you just melee me with your wand? Asshole. Fuck off, dude. Hello, do the attacks, please. Don't just stand there and do nothing, Sonic. Hell yeah. See that shit? Falling. What can I say? I'm kind of a baller. Sonic. Whoa. Ah! I jumped. I pressed the jump button. It did not decide to jump. Timed it. Whoa. Scary. I'm not built for drift. Alright. Oh, it moved away just as I was about to jump. Luckily it didn't. I didn't jump. Alright. Gaming. Check this shit out. Jump over here. And then I wait for dude. What the fuck did I just do? What did I just do? How do I unblue myself? I don't know what I just did. But I turned myself blue. Oh. I gotta climb. Oh, there's something under there. I'm just getting free items and shit. Awesome. I love getting items. Secret hidden movies and illustrations. I was gonna say I am holding the R button. Head up. At least scaling. Oh. Okay. I was about to say, at least scaling isn't that hard. That's fine. Do I have to recollect that item? No, I don't. Good. Alright, don't, like, run and shit, dude. That scared me. I don't need to worry. Just normal speed. Just a normal speed. Now we're gonna wait for Dickhead to come back. Come on, buddy. There we go. Swangin'. Oh god, why does the camera keep changing? Alright. I'm climbing. It's happening. Not like me, just letting go. Alright. Winning. See this shit? I'm gaming. Oh god. That could have been really bad. Alright. I'd like to think I'm doing pretty well. Just kind of climbing. That's a thing that's just on fire. Alright, is this like a... Ooh. Thin fuck off bridge. Lovely. Okay. I'm here. I made it.
That way's blocked by the fire, Sonic.
No way.
To the barrels next.
Does it seem fishy to you? Water. Fish. There we go. Hit him with the... Alright, we up. More of this. Oh, the goal's on the other end. I see. I was actually going the right way. Really? Fucking seriously? Stop beating me up. Bad. Bad dog. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. Oh? What is up here? 20 rings? And bonus? I wonder if my time was supposed to be 6 minutes, because if it wasn't, if it was, then I fucked up. But the ring was right there. The whole time.
Wow, I rule!
Oh, it was 9 minutes. Oh, I didn't get enough rings? Man. That's all I was missing. I have unleashed level 2. Still don't really know what that means. I haven't been told. 2 secret illustrations. Continue playing? Surely I get the second Chaos Emerald or whatever the fuck, right? Or is it just going to be another stage? There's usually 3 of these, right? I'm like, where's the music? I think there's usually 3 of these. Hell yeah. Check that shit out. Let me up. Fuck, I love that. I just spin like that. Spin that shit, buddy. Ooh.
What's this weird switch?
Think it operates something? Maybe. Oh, I gotta swivel. No, no, I fucking don't. Interesting. I thought it was saying, like, you gotta move it, but no, I don't have to do shit, actually. Wait, what? Get boxed. Oh! Really? Bitch. What an asshole. Oh, I could run. I mean, there's no way I make that without the help of some friends. Hell yeah. How nice of them to help me across. I wanted the ring. Or the item, whatever it is. Oh my goodness. Water. Hell yeah. Water bottle. I can't run with water barrel. Go. Why is my... You fucking with me right now? It did not, like, the fucking thing didn't pop up, so I couldn't throw it. I couldn't do the thing I wanted to do. There we go. That was supposed to pop up. It didn't. Now I've got 0 lives. No, there's no way I jump up there. Alright. Let me up. I love cameras. Sure. There's a lot of dickheads here. Jesus. Alright. I think I've dealt with them all. There was a lot of guys there. Scary. Alright. I was thinking that these were gonna, like... Why didn't it register my jump button? Wii moment. It, like, didn't register that I pressed the jump button. Oh well, I guess. Oh god. There's an item down there. That was very scary. At least it shows me that there's a shadow on the ground. I don't know if I care for the rings. I don't know if I need... Oh my god, they're killing me from afar. I can't even turn the camera to see this dude. This is bad. Oh god. Die, please. Do I have to kill that one? Or am I normal? No, I think I'm normal, actually. I've tried my best to make the cuts between clips not too ugly looking, but you can tell it's rust. Well, I bet it looks fine. I bet it looks awesome. So, we'll make that the last thing. Am I done? Hello? Can I Okay, I definitely could make that. I was like, I don't think I can make that. Oh. Big fucker. New villain just dropped. Oh wait, he's fucking easy. Never mind. Ow. How do I dodge this dude? Ow! Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. I don't know what that did. What the fuck did I just do? I have no idea what I even just did. Hey, the ending. The exit! I gotta get the fuck out of here! That was awesome. Finishing move. Alright, we're gaming. Yay!
Can I start over?
What do you mean, can I start over? B rank. I was missing 2 rings! 2 of them! Come on! Hey, but I got more health. Man. Fuck. Hey, but I'm getting these fragment pieces or whatever the fuck. Cutscene. Yay. What in the hell, Big Bird? Whoa. It's the Phoenix. Do I have to fight that thing? Yep. Okay. I wasn't expecting to fight whatever the thing is. Dark Eye Phoenix? Interesting. How do I actually fight it? How do I actually do anything? It's like I can get up. Maybe. Sonic, you're going to explode. I'm very confused. Yeah, I want to get up here. I want to grab this, and I want to throw it at the dickhead. There we go. How do I get up, usually? Alright. Can I attack it? There we go. What? Okay. Cool. Well, I figured out what I was supposed to do. How do I get up? How do I get up? Alright, I'm locked in. Can you come over here? I want uppies. Ah! No, it's running away. How do I get up? There we go. Let me up. Get watered. Why can't I attack you while you're doing that shit, man? There we go. Get the shit kicked out of you. What? I wasn't expecting quick time. 1/3 the damage. Thanks for telling me that there was a fucking quick time event happening. What a great timing. I mean, this feels pretty easy fight. Get warded. Oh no. You take 2 of them. Oh, we win. Your ass has done it? Hell yeah. Now when will I be able to play it on stream? Get the fuck out of here. Alright. We're locking the fuck in. Quick timed! Shit. No! Sorry it took so long. I wasn't expecting it to be this hard. Video editing. It happens. Oh, get fucking dodged. Idiot. Yeah, don't worry about it. I can either do it at the beginning of next stream, or if you can somehow get it before the ending of this one. Hello, can I get water? Thank you. A third water, please? Thank you. I best it's over. Never mind. It's not over yet. Fuck yeah. Alright, we're locked in. Final hits. We're locked the fuck in. I gotta pay attention to the quick times. Because apparently Get fucking head slammed, idiot! I could upload it to YouTube Unlisted. Could I send it as a Google Drive link? Whatever's easier for you and whatever's gonna be quicker, I guess. That was awesome. I did it! I win! Wayhog boss down. That was awesome. S rank! Drops Google Drive. That's fair. Like, whatever would be quickest to uploading. Hell yeah. I'm gaming. What can I say? How can I thank you? You always have my deepest gratitude. Came to look in on the holy shrine, but somehow it seems like I lost consciousness. I'm Zonshin, the village elder. Thank you so much for coming to my aid. What's this? You wish to know about Gaia Temple? Allow me to explain. We've been the keepers of this holy shrine for many generations. Lend me the tablet fragments you have with you. Here you are, a planet tablet, the key to the temple door. Now you can find what lies beyond the planet door. Yo, the third continent's planet tablet. How many planet tablets do I have? Can I, like, see how many planet tablets I have? Alright. Chaos Emerald 2. Oh my god, Chip's glowing. Chip's thing glowed? Oh, the red piss gem. Hell yeah. The red Chaos Emerald. Winning. Yay! We're putting the world back together. The third continent has been restored. Okay, so we've restored the first and the third. Which is weird to think about. Why haven't we restored the second one yet? Spider-Man, away! Oh. Why'd you do that? Fuck off! Oh shit.
The temple lit up, the beast woke up. It appears he's come back to his senses.
That's good.
I see. I'll bet your job is to guard the Chaos Emerald Temple. You must have gone berserk when the emeralds lost their power.
Yes. It says 7 minutes.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Want
That
some
gives
chocolate?
me... Where are you getting all of this chocolate from, dude? Perfect. We will be watching Squawk to get it in 7 minutes. Squawk to get in occurs in T minus 7 minutes. Okay, bye. 7 minutes. It's crazy. Okay, bye. My Wi-Fi is awful? No, don't worry about it. That's why I was like, what is quicker? Would it be easier to do it tomorrow, or would it be easier to do it today? Because you're here. Like, that's the thing, right? Hello, Eggman.
Your dinner, Doctor.
Eggman. The sandwich! It's the fucking sandwich!
Powered Eggman Land construction system.
Current status is 27% complete.
Why is it so
Progress
big?
Significantly behind
Look.
projected timetable. Presumed cause of delay.
It looks
is
fucking
dark
good.
Gaia dispersion across the globe.
Today.
Oh, of all the lazy, here I'd go to the trouble of waking that dark Gaia thing up. And it causes me nothing but
He already
delay.
finished it? Yeah, he's game.
Had yet to reach maturity within the planet's core. Ergo, it was still incomplete at the time of its awakening. Ergo, it was unable to sustain its own weight upon its release. Ergo, it
Lamau.
scattered around the world.
Who the fuck is Ergo?
I don't want to hear about its weight issues. So what if I gave it a bit of a sudden awakening? This is unacceptable.
Ergo, this is the repercussion of your hasty actions.
What was
Got
that?
him.
I'm having a bad enough day as it is. First that professor runs off with the Gaia manuscripts, and now the planet's coming back together.
Yeah, that's all me, buddy.
Is the result of the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which you discarded along with Sonic. Ergo, another repercussion of your hasty actions.
If you had kept the Chaos Emeralds, you would have been, like, impossible to stop.
Quiet, you junkie! That was all part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any
Get
challenge?
fucked, Eggman. Look at how animated this man is. Yo, I know how to do that camera effect.
Anyway, what's the status of the remaining temples of Gaia?
Eggman forces have currently secured all locations. Defensive
Awesome.
preparations are
Yes.
nearly complete.
Yes, it is.
That'll take care of Sonic for now, which leaves the problem of Dark Gaia. It'd be difficult to collect every piece scattered all across the world.
Searching conventional wisdom banks for topical.
Why don't we let
The
Sonic
journey of
do it?
1,000 miles begins with a single step. Slow and steady wins the race. Nobody likes a whiner.
Isn't there a more efficient way? Some way to, well, I don't know, gather them all up at once. Wait, that's it, of course!
We'll make Sonic do all the work.
With this, all of my plans will be realized.
Oh, he's designing shit. Professor Pickle may have found a new destination for you by now. Sonic, let's go visit him at his laboratory in Spagonia. Can I, like, fix up the second continent? Like, what's going on? Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Fuck! What if I hit back? Return to the title screen. How do you want to continue gaming? No. No, I do not want to continue gaming. I want to see, like, the progress or whatever the fuck it is. I want to see my progress. Look at that. I have 27 out of 103 Sun medals and 16 out of 71 Moon medals. I'm gaming. Unfortunately, it doesn't say anything about, percentage. But yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then maybe by the time I'm back, Squawkageddon will be here. So we'll give it a tiny second. I need to basically go piss, but I'll be back. Alright, I am back. I have grabbed my water. I've grabbed me water bottle. It's right here. Big pink. Ugh. God. Sonic Unleashed. What a game. Lots of Werehog levels. Not a lot of Sonic levels. But that might just be the Wii version. That might be like the only reason why people don't like it. It's just a lot of Werehog missions. But I guess I would like to maybe try and talk about a little bit of Everyday August, because that is a thing that's happening soon, in like a week-ish from now. And I need to get my first week sorted. But I'm looking forward to it, right? We're gonna have we've got some banger things in store, like Mario Party, Resident Evil 6, Elden Ring, Shadow Generations Race. We're gonna be playing the Kirby DLC for Forgotten Lands, whatever, when it comes out. And we're also going to be finally walking to Japan, and also Pog SMP Crowd Control. We've got some things happening. I'm looking forward to it. I have to make some stuff for it. Like, I have to actually make promo images or whatever. It was kind of wild, but I am looking forward to it. But yeah, I don't know how long. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got Funny Guy up here. I don't know if anybody noticed. He's just kind of there. So he's just chilling. There were minor issues, but it's fine. What do you mean there were minor issues? What do you mean by it, there were minor issues? I had a call with Squawk. Oh no. Oh no. Also, what do you mean there were minor issues? Oh, I'm just kind of relaxing. Very impromptu, so I had to step away from computer. It's fine, we fixed it. Awesome. As long as it's going to be done today in like the next 5 minutes, maybe, would be nice. It had no audio! Did you forget to export the audio as well? That's funny. Look, guys, I got this from work today. I don't work at Coles, but like I got one of these. I think it was baked like 3 days ago or whatever. You own Coles now? I don't. But I got this from work because it was donated. I was like, yay. But I also got this. Which, you know, it's the exact same fucking thing, but there's 2 of them. Fuck-ass CapCut and their fuck-ass paid features. I had to screen record it. Yeah, that's fair. That's what you get for using CapCut. But, you know, I can't blame you for using CapCut. It's fine. It makes sense. But yeah, I hate editing. There's a reason why I don't do that much anymore. I've got plans. I've got plans for videos. Edit Among Us? Nah. What do I actually have in my recordings folder to play? Time to set up DaVinci Resolve. That's true. I've got a couple of my Onyx, right? Yeah, by what is it? So the stuff I have recording, well, the stuff I have to record and make videos of, I've got the Legends Arceus videos. Share your secrets. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. I wonder if I could share my secrets, like, live. What's the August schedule looking like? Well, I was just saying, I just said that it was looking pretty, I was just going over what's there. Like, we're walking to Japan. We've got Battle Block Theater. We've got I'm Building Lego. We've got Resident Evil 6. We got the Pog SMP Crowd Control. we potentially have a Donkey Kong Bonanza speedrun. I would like to learn it. I actually would like to learn it because I think it would be fun to learn. Because I've already beaten the game. It took me like 7 hours to beat the game. It was awesome. I loved that game. We got a Sonic Shadow Generations race. We got the Kirby Switch 2 DLC. Any percent or glitchless? That's the real question, right? I don't know. There are no categories. Speedrun.com has like the embargo until like a week after release. So I'll have to like learn as I go. It'll be interesting. Because I haven't tried doing anything. I beat the game and I put the game down. But I was kind of fucking with it. So I need to like actually research and learn, hey, this is what we could do. But we got Elden Ring Night Rain, we got Mario Party Jamboree with the new update, maybe, potentially. If I don't know if like you can do the update if only one person has the update, if you can do the new shit, I don't know. Yeah, Night Rain, we got Shadow the Hedgehog collab with Dawn, the 2-player. Or the multiplayer. So we got some banger stuff. We also might have like repo, we might have races. You know, there's like horror stuff. Schedule filling up. There was always stuff in my schedule that would like be like I want to do during August. It's just finding the right time for it and the time that everybody else can do stuff. I wish it was easier. Wish I had time. But yeah, we're getting there. Show DK banana. Oh, I don't know what to do about that. I don't have my stuff sorted. But I was going through what I have to edit, which is the video ideas in my head. Can you learn the FNAF Mimic speedrun? Maybe. It doesn't seem that hard. All things considered, it's not that difficult. It's just timing and waiting. We'll see. But the 1 minute of waiting. Yeah, exactly. It's 1 minute of waiting. I might be able to pull it off. It's not that hard. But yeah, video ideas. I'm putting it out there so I don't forget them and people can poke at me and tell me that I haven't done them yet. I've got my Legends Arceus videos. I've got 2 left, and I'm halfway through editing the raw footage on one of them. Actually, it's more like 2/3 of the way through, which is good. The audio is glitchy. Fair enough. What is this? Alright, we're just gonna do like a cool... Oh, this is stuff for... That was stuff for Tifa. Speedrun record for any percent Mimic is like 53 seconds. That's funny. I've also got the Sonic Adventure 2 race that we did last year with me and Local Boy. I finally got his footage and his DaVinci file, so I can actually like... I could edit the video. I could edit last year's video for this year. That'd be funny. Hit me up, I got timestamps. Oh, I've got like the whole project file. I've got his project file. He made a video and I just would need to go in and edit his video. I've already got the funnies. I still got Nuki's Alien Isolation VODs, which I don't think are ever going to get edited down because I did a 3rd episode for them, but it never got uploaded. And I was working on a 4th, but I guess not. I've got the Epicon panel. And I've got a Street Pass video that I had interest in, which was like, I had the idea of how many play coins does it take if you don't Street Pass anyone to like beat every single Street Pass game. And one of the answers is you literally can't beat one of them because you need to Street Pass someone in order to actually play the game. So it's funny, but I've been able to beat like 4 out of like the 9 or 10 games, which is really nice. But I haven't worked on it in a long time. I've also got the Repo collab with like Luca, Gia, City, Emmy, all of those people that I did like... I don't even remember when I did it. It was the big Repo collab that we did. And I've also got every single Tears of the Kingdom Y button randomizer challenge video that I need to work into a video. And then the last video I'm actually working on is a clips compilation, which is fun. It's a clip of all my Twitch. It's like a bunch of clips from my Twitch stream. Oh. Hello?
Everything is awful. Everything is bad.
Everything is bad?
Everything is fucking awful.
Yeah?
We might have to do this tomorrow.
We might have to do this tomorrow. Can you do like a PowerPoint presentation for me?
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, why?
No, if you need to do it tomorrow, we can do it tomorrow. That's fine.
Okay, because basically what I've just done is I thought that the audio was glitchy because of like my full storage. It's completely full, by the way. So I deleted a bunch of the clips that I've like used and already edited.
Oh.
Thing is, it was actually OBS recording it in a glitchy way. So now I'm missing half of my like audio files.
Interesting.
And the video. Sorry. Yeah, I need to like screen record and re-edit some of the some
Fun.
parts of the video.
Dear God.
And I'm just about to get it done.
Are you going to be done by tomorrow?
Yes, I've got the video. It's the actual video part is fine. I've got that fully screen recorded and shit. It's just the audio.
Okay.
Which for some reason OBS is being really shitty about that, but I can figure that out. That's fine.
Alright. Well, if it will be ready for tomorrow, I can let Nuki know before we do the Resident Evil.
Yeah, hopefully it should be done like before your stream tomorrow.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Just let me know.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
My bad. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Have remaining 2 minutes of your stream.
Well, that's unfortunate. But what can you do, I guess? So, Squawktogeddon is delayed for one more day. You get one more day of VIP for all of those VIPs out there. That guy was awesome. Bring him back. I'm sure he'll be back later. But yeah, the VIPs get one more. Can I dismiss? Oh, my ad breaks are almost done. That's fine. But yeah, you get one more day of VIPs. You'll be threatened, I guess. But yeah, I think I will be going to right now because I'm done. I'm done playing video games, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Squawktogeddon and also Resident Evil 5. We might finish it, or we might not. The goal is to finish it before August, so we can play 6 during August. But you know what? We might finish it tomorrow, and then we might start 6 next week instead. Who knows? We're probably not going to finish it next week. We're probably not finishing it tomorrow, but like just in case. And then on Wednesday, I'm playing Fortnite with the Pog SMP people that have decided to want to like play Fortnite. It's Rita, Squawk, and Frosty that have put their names down to be interested in playing Fortnite. So we'll see. We'll see about that. But I will catch you guys on those days, I guess. So bye bye. See you tomorrow. Go sleep now. No, I'm editing.